All right, everybody. Today we're going to do another lab on the incline, and we're going to be using the same angles that we did for the previous lab. And we're going to be finding the acceleration. But instead of using the general equation, today we're going to look at using the alternate equation, which, if you remember, does not require the use of time in the alternate equation formula. The problem with that is, in order to use the alternate equation, we have to use the final speed, which we don't know. We don't know how fast it's going when it goes through the beam at the bottom, so we have to find that out. And one way we do that is we remember that the flag on the car is exactly 1 centimeter wide. So what we do is we measure the time it takes that flag to go through the beam. How long does it take that flag to break the beam? Then, knowing it's 1 centimeter and it took a certain amount of time to break the beam, we can find the average velocity by just saying 1 centimeter or 0.01 meters divided by the time it took. That will give us the speed at that point. Then we can use it in the alternate equation, okay? All right, so we're going to start by coming over here, and I'm going to show you, I don't have the photo gate at the top set up anymore, all right? I only have the photo gate at the bottom. So that will give us the time it takes for it to break the beam, all right? So all we have to do is look at that one measurement of time. Now, the distance is still the same. When the flag starts out right here, it's going to travel 75 centimeters or 0.75 meters down to the next one. So before we get started on the trials, let's fill in the information at the top. We know the distance the car travels along the incline is going to be 0.75 meters. The initial velocity will be 0 because I'm simply going to release it. The width of the flag is going to be 0.01 meters. And we'll use that down here later. Okay, I have it already set on 33 degrees, so we're going to start the trials. Okay, so here's trial 1. Okay, and here's the time for that first angle. And we're going to do it 2 more times so that we get an average time for this angle. All right, here's the second one. Okay, and one last time for this angle. Very similar time, they should be. Okay, now we're going to go to the next angle, the 28-degree angle, and we'll send the car down 3 more times again. Takes forever, doesn't it? Okay, now 3 more times to send the car down. Here we go. So the first one. All right. And the second one. And finally, the third one. Those were all 3 the same, weren't they? Well, that's nice and handy. Okay. Now, let's do the 22-degree angle. Okay, here we go. All right, 3 trials for times. Here's the first. Okay. Here's number 2. And here's the third. Okay. Now, whoops, lost my clay blob. All right, let's change it to the 17-degree angle. Almost there. Well, hit it whole. All right. So here's the first time. Whoops. Okay. Second time. Okay, and the third time for 17 degrees. There it is. Okay. Now, one last angle, and don't turn it off after I finish that last angle because I got some more things I want to tell them. Okay, so here we go. The first time for 10 degrees. Well, you can even tell that went a lot slower, which means it took more time to go through the beam. All right, and here's the second. Okay, and the final time. Boom. All right, so now we have our times. And you're going to follow the instructions in the analysis to analyze the data and get your results. You will need the information from your last lab report where we did acceleration on the incline using the general equation. You'll need those values also for comparison. Now, a couple of things I want to remind you. Remember, the angles were measured using a protractor. And if you'll remember, the precision of the protractor was 0.5 degrees. The precision of the incline plane was 5 centimeters. And the precision of the timer, and this is a little different than last time, if you'll focus in on this. Look at what you've been writing down. How many decimal places? See, it's different. So this time, instead of 0.001 seconds, on this one, because we were only using one photo gate and how long the beam was broken, the precision is different. It's now 0.0001 seconds, okay? Can you pause it for just a minute?